All right, guys, the meeting of the Special Education Advisory for December 1st, 2025 will now come to order. We will have our roll call by Dr. Sanders.
Dr. Como,
Present.
Willetta August, Adriana Bartow, Jennifer Collins Lancelin, Nikema Jack, Karen Jameson,
Present.
Alyssa Lang, Avery Price, Dr. Price, Allison Wilson.
All right, we don't have a quorum, but we're not voting on anything tonight. Okay, we're going to move on, and now we will do approval of our minutes. So item number 1 was from the March 10th, 2025. So I need a motion to approve those minutes.
Move to approve the minutes.
Thank you for that. I don't make the big bucks, guys. I don't know. I'm learning. All right, so we're going to move on. So we're not going to approve our minutes. We're moving on to new business. All right. So item number 4, we're going to introduce. We do have 2 new members. Our first member is Miss Alyssa Lang. She is actually, when we changed the dates, she couldn't make it tonight. So we'll introduce her at the next meeting. But our second new member is going to be Miss Allison Wilson, and I'll let her. So when you talk, you're gonna have to press the little button in front of you, and I'll just give us an introduction of a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am Allison Wilson. I have a 6-year-old with autism who attends school at LaGrange. I own a t-shirt business in Franklin called AW Vinyl. I also have 4 other kids, one with ADHD, so we have a little bit of the entire spectrum in my home. But I am happy to be here.
All right, so welcome, Miss Allison. Thank you for joining our committee. Okay, we're also gonna ask the rest of our members. We've been members for a while now, but we're gonna go ahead and reintroduce ourselves. So we're gonna start with Dr. Price.
I'm Dr. Price. I'm an OBGYN who works in Morgan City at Ochsner St. Mary. I've been on the committee for 3 or so years now. I have a son with autism. It's Avery right here. He is officially a senior at Morgan City High, but gets to stay for 4 more years, and we're excited about that. And I've enjoyed being on the committee to help make sure that he has the best experience ever at high school, or school in general. But can you do no public speaking today? All right.
Decorated.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna get our tree decorated.
Hello, my name is Karen Jameson. I'm a parent, and I have 3 boys, all 3 of which are in special education and on IEPs. 2 of my twins, they have autism, and my oldest has ADHD and anxiety. So it is a whirlwind going through with appointments and coordinating with the teachers here. But so far, so good. I've been, I think, 2 years now, maybe 2 years that I've sat on this on the committee, and got invited due to my, how to put this a nice way, my strong advocacy for my children when it comes to not just on on the teacher's part, but also on my part as a parent, ensuring that I'm coordinating with teachers and educators to have our children just make sure they're getting the best treatment, the best care. And so far, they've been completely satisfied with the special education system here. I'm a billing supervisor for Tesh Health, and I do ABA therapy billing part time as well, and also advocate for domestic violence with Shea Hope. So, hoping to combine those things that I've seen in my past when it comes to children who have special needs and may be in homes that have domestic violence, that there are also other coordinations there. So we'll get later on the line down there, but that is what my passion is and my advocacy is for. Thank you.
Can I add one thing? I forgot to tell about my other two children who are 14 and 12, and they're actually in the special education program on the other end of the spectrum in the gifted and talented program. So I have it all the way around.
Okay, I'm Brianna Como. I am the principal at Hattie Watts Elementary. I am an original. I have been on the committee since we started. I don't know how many years, 4, maybe 4. No, you are an original too, right? However many years we've been on this committee, we've been on it a very long time. So I have been in the district for, I think this is year 19 for me. I've been at Watts this is year 5. And I started at GW Hamilton. I've been at Raintree for a while, Burrick Elementary, and then now Hattie Watts. So if you need anything, I am the person that you can reach out to because I am the committee chair.
My name is Deborah McLaren, and I'm the Director of Special Education, and I just help navigate the committee because of the fact that, that is my passion and what I like to do. So I stay involved with the committee as well. I'm not the chairman. I don't put it together, but I am the advocate on the other side of the committee. That's it.
All right, and that is us. And then we have Dr. Sanders, who is our superintendent. And she goes with the flow and helps us with whatever we need. All right, so we're going to move on to a very special part of our meeting, and this is a lot about what caring about our special education students in the district really means. So we're going to move on to presenting special education teachers that are making a positive difference in our school district. So I'm going to ask Miss Washington to come to the mic, and we're going to start there. So I'd asked Miss Washington to send me a biography that I was going to read, but it's more personal if it comes from her. So I'm going to kind of let her introduce herself and tell us all about why she is so good at what she does.
Yes. Good afternoon. I don't have my glasses. My name is Jennifer Washington. I'm a special education teacher. I began my career in 2007 at B. Edward Boudreaux Middle School as a paraeducator, a role I held for 13 years, where I gained a strong foundation in student support, collaboration, and individualized instruction. During this time, I also served as a fast forward lab proctor for 3 years, building additional skills in academic intervention and target learning support. With 18 years of experience in education, I am a dedicated self contained special education teacher committed to supporting diverse learners and helping every student reach their full potential. While earning my Master's of Education in Special Education in 2021, I transitioned into teaching and became a resource teacher. For the past 4 years, I have served as a self-contained teacher, providing individualized instruction, building meaningful relationship with students and families, and creating structured, supportive, engaging classroom environments. Throughout my career, I have remained committed to understanding and learning unique strengths, challenges, and goals. I believe in fostering growth through patience, compassion, and high expectation, ensuring that every student is given the opportunity to learn, progress, and succeed. And my motto is every child learns in their own way. Our job as teachers, or special education teachers, is to discover the path that lets their brilliance shine.
So I know that Miss Jennifer has family here with us. So if you want to introduce who's here with you.
Yes. I have my husband, Ronald Washington, um, my para from last year, and also friend, Miss Colbert. She retired last year, but she always come to support me no matter what. So, Mr. Brad Fugile, who is my para this year, and my principal, my wonderful principal, Miss Rack.
All right, Miss Rack, I'm gonna put you on the spot. And Miss Rack did send in some words, but it will be better coming from her. So I'm gonna let her talk a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
she used to speaking.
I wasn't prepared at all. What time it is? Good evening again. Ms. Washington, congratulations again on being selected for this acknowledgement. This recognition is truly well deserved. Your unwavering commitment to our scholars, academically, emotionally, and behaviorally, shows up in every decision you make and in the patience, the compassion, and professionalism you bring in your classroom each day. You advocate fiercely, collaborate openly, and consistently go above and beyond to ensure that every child gets what they need to learn and to thrive. You're always there, ready to help out anytime you need it, and that level of dedication does not go unnoticed. Whether it's stepping in to support a colleague, adjusting plans to meet a scholar's needs, or simply offering a calm, steady presence on our toughest days, you show what it truly means to serve with your heart and integrity. Your work reflects not only your expertise, but your genuine love for our scholars. You build trust with our families, maintain high expectations, and create a learning environment where students feel seen, supported, and valued. And these qualities that elevate the entire school community. Our school is stronger because of you, and I am grateful to have you as a part of our BEB family.
All right, Miss Washington, we have a small token. We wish we could give you a whole lot more because I know what you do in the classroom, and it means the world to us that you provide so much love and care for our students. All right, our next teacher that is being presented is Miss Misty Ross. So I'm going to ask her to do the same thing, to come up and talk and give us all the goods about who she is and what she does.
Hi, guys. So I'm even less prepared than them to speak in front of everyone. But I'm Misty Ross. I am the self-contained special educator at Patterson High School. I've been at Patterson High School for the past 6 years. And, well, my start to education was kind of crazy. It was COVID. That was when I decided, you know what, mental health is done. It's time for education. But I've brought a lot of my mental health background with me to my job. Actually, mental health is where I met the types of kids that I knew I was coming to serve. I worked with a lot of students on the spectrum that were having troubles in school, and I knew that my path was to be the person that advocated on the other side for them. Because I saw schools in other districts, I didn't work around here, that I didn't feel like we're treating them the right way. I didn't feel like we were judging the right things on the IEPs. Not that I knew anything about it yet, but I don't know. Now that I'm here, it's where I belong, and I've known that for the last 6 years. And every day is different in a whirlwind, but that's what makes it the best job in my life. So that's about all I got.
So, thank you, Ms. Ross. At this time, Ms. Stansberry is actually going to come up and give us a little bit more information about why you were chosen.
Good afternoon. Now, I actually was not prepared for this, but it's not hard to do because Ms. Ross is a teacher that goes above and beyond for her students. She's always willing to support her colleagues whenever needed, especially with our unique learning program. She's always willing to help other teachers, have them come in and observe her, and give them some positive feedback and strategies for their student success. But it's also evident when I walk in her classroom, excuse me, guys, when I walk into her classroom that she's teaching and doing what she needs to do with those students. It's evident from what I see on the wall, what I see the students doing, and she's always up working. And I just want to tell her thank you, and we appreciate you, Ms. Ross.
All right, Ms. Ross, we're going to present you with your plaque, but I know you have some friends and family here. So if you want to tell us who's with you.
And before we present Misty with our plaque, I want just to say that I was the one that recruited Misty. I don't know if she remembers this, and she was in mental health. And I knew that she would make a good fit for our children. First, like she said, it was like figuring things out, but you did a good job of figuring it out. So I appreciate what you do for the students of St. Mary Parish. Congratulations.
All right, guys, we're going to move on. So the next item on our agenda is receiving updates regarding the Special Olympics bowling that we had a few weeks ago. So Ms. McClarity is going to talk about that.
Good afternoon again, and it seems like we never stop doing things for our kids. The first event we had was bowling, the trick-or-treat bowling activity, which we dressed up in costumes as we met the kids. They were very surprised to see all of us dressed in costume, but it was fun. We did provide the treats for them. It was practice that day, so it was around Halloween, so we had an opportunity to have some fun. Uh, Bowling actually was November the 6th and 7th. We had our high schools there on the 6th because of Friday night football. We didn't want to take them away from Friday night football. I definitely would have gotten in trouble for that. So we had the high schools on Thursday and the elementary on Friday. It was very different this year. I felt that the kids had more space. They had time to move, especially our kids who were high on that autism spectrum with all the noise going on with the bowling. They had fun. They could participate with the other kids from the other schools. So with that being said, bowling will take place and from this day forward and 2 cycles. because it was more for the kids and not for us. Of course, it cost a little bit more, you know, we have to say that, but it was well worth the time and the energy. And like I said, I thank my parents who attended. It was well attended. The school board members who attended, the bus drivers, even though we had one bus break down, we sent another bus to get them. But all in all, it was a wonderful time for the kids. I have not set the date for our track event yet, but I do have the school. And if I'm not mistaken, the school is, guys, y'all please don't hold me for this, but the school is Berwick High School that we will have the track meet this year. I have not set the date yet because it's very hard to set the date in April because, you know, that's the rainy months. Last year I had to change it 3 times because it was raining, and I'm not going to put my kids out there in the rain. I'm not going to do that. So I'm waiting possibly January, into January, to set a date, but it is at Berwick High School this year. So I hope you all come out and support our kids. Okay?
I did want to make it known that I think it was Patterson High School and maybe Morgan City, the kids that came to help our kids,
Oh.
they were amazing. with
Thank you for
them.
saying that. We do
They
have
did very well.
we do have the I think it's the beta clubs that come out and support the kids. We select the schools as different schools. I think West St. Mary and Bearwood Boudreaux is a part of that all the time, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Harris, Mr. Steve Harris puts it together. I just signs the checks, you know. But I think it's the beta clubs that come out because they need points of service work to do it, and they enjoy it. You know, yeah. It's a fun time for everyone. If you would come and see the smiles on the faces and even the tears, you will really have a good time there. I know I do because this is what I do. And it's always exciting to me. I get excited just like the kids, but I can't bowl because I can't pick up anything worth over 5 pounds, but I don't even throw the ball out anymore. But I do have fun. I have fun.
I think Morgan City High was the Tiger Ambassadors.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
not quite a beta club, but a little different. But
Yes, yes. So if you're not doing anything, when the day come out, please come and support our children. It's a fun day for them, especially the track meet. They have a wonderful time.
Okay, moving along, we have the next item is going to be Ms. McClarity is going to talk about the special education handbook overview.
Now, could you pass out to the board? I'm not going to share with the audience, and I'm going to tell you why. Dr. Sanders, I think you have one. Dr. Price, and please share one with Ms. Estee. And I'm sorry, Caleb, I didn't get it to you to the screen. Special Education Advisory Council must have a handbook. I put this handbook together using the law that said we had to have an advisory council. On the first page, we'll give one in the audience. We have a school board member here in the audience, Mr. Mancuso. So he's here for another meeting, so we're gonna make him a part of our meeting. He's doing double time now. It gives a purpose. If you turn to the first page, it gives a purpose. And I know we all can read, but I'm gonna read the vision for us. And this is Act 274 of 2019, Louisiana Reserve Statute 17.919441. And the vision is for this council, all learners, including students with disabilities, notice I said all learners, including students with disabilities, are respected and provided equitable opportunities to meet challenging educational expectations that prepare them for a successful future. That's the vision of St. Mary Parish. It's not just for special education students, it's for all of our learners. Because we all know sitting in this room that we have some kids that we support and they don't have a label on them, but we do support them and they need that added support. And what our purpose, we set aside a purpose, and that's to provide advice. That's the purpose of this committee, to provide advice and feedback regarding special education policies, our procedures and resources, and engage in outreach to the community at large to increase the level of knowledge, support, and collaboration with respect to special education. The intent of this SEEP committee, Special Education Advisory Committee, that is the acronym, is to provide thoughtful insight in support of students with disabilities. I want to pause right there because as you look around this room should be packed with parents to support. This is where you said, this is what I need for you to help my child or our children. It's countless of times that we have this on Facebook, we have it, a J-text, I don't know how else we can get this information out. This is a supportive committee to help support the teachers and the parents so that they can understand why Ms. McClarity did what she did in her classroom for Johnny. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to charge you today that if you know the parent or your parents, have them to come. We have agenda that is built around the success of their children. And that's what this committee is all about, for them to become knowledgeable about what we do and how we support their children. So that's why this room should be packed right now. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it's very hard when you work hard and the teachers, like we highlighted tonight, work hard and we can't get parents to come in and know that this is what we're trying to do for your kid. Ms. Jamison said that in her submission of what she does. And that's why she's on a committee, because we want to support each other and kids and parents so that they can understand. It's a school connection. It's a homeschool connection. And if we don't have that connection, our kids are lost. And our main focus is our children. I'm sorry, I just go on tests sometimes.
Is there a way that maybe we can have something sent home with?
We do J-text that.
I never, because I mean, mine goes to Lagrange. I never got it. I didn't see it on Facebook. Facebook shows people
Okay.
what it wants.
It is on Facebook, isn't our meeting dates and times? Yes.
The meeting dates and times are all posted on the website.
On the website.
On the school board website.
Yeah.
But maybe sending home a flyer with the kids, because I mean, to be completely honest with you, until I started seeing about engaging parents on the advisory committee, I knew nothing about it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Facebook, social media, it shows you what it wants to show you. You don't see, normally it's things like the next day I'll see, oh, they had this, I had no idea
Okay.
what's going on. So maybe we can send flyers home with the kids. I mean, just a suggestion, something that the kids the parents will get it and actually see it.
That's something we can look into. That's a wonderful idea. Let's look at the focus. Just what I said, promote communication, collaboration, and trust among educational service providers, and the service providers are us, students, parents, and school district administrators. Assist with development of an annual report in May of each year regarding SEEP activities, what we do, how we do it, why we do it. We have to report this to the state. So it's not that we're just sitting here wasting everybody's time. They want to know, the legislatures want to know, because this is their law, what we're doing here in St. Mary Parish. And I want positive things going out to them to let them know that we take care of our kids here and our parents as a support system for them. The function, SEEP serves as an advisory body. This is not where you come here and complain, shout, holler at the teacher. It's not that. It's to help you support. We're supporting the parents and what they need. If they want to have something on the agenda, email the chairperson, we put it on the agenda, we talk about it, hash it out, find out what we can do as a district to support that teacher in the classroom. So that is my message, and I would like to expound on that to get it out to the community. I know I talk about it a lot when I'm out in the community and at functions and begging people to come. We have to get that support, and I'm asking you today again to help me to help support our children and getting our parents to understand that we're here to help your child. That's what special education services are. We are a service. And you notice I don't ever say we are a service. That's what they pay us to do, to service our kids. It's not to keep them there forever. It's to service them, help them with whatever their needs are, and get them out of high school and on to college. Because we do have kids in college. Key responsibilities: provide input on district level educational topics, goals, and priorities, something that I've just talked about. Offer feedback on program development and implementation. What are the programs we're using? One of the programs Ms. Stansberry talked about that we use in the classroom. Unique Learning. That's a wonderful program that help our kids. And parents need to know what programs we're using for them. Serve as a communication link between families and the district. Stay focused on initiative affecting special education. That's very important because the state is always changing. We as educators know, we can start a program this year, next year is going to something else. And they forget that when you start with the kid, it has to be consistent for that program to work. Unique is one of the programs we have been using for years, and the state finally realized that it's a consistent program. It shows growth in children. The data has proved that. So now it's one of the state online courses that we are mandated to use. And of course, St. Mary Parish is always ahead of the game. We have been using it in the district now for years, before the state made it as one of their top tier programs. Participate in the annual SEAT report, I discussed that. And promote community awareness and collaboration on special education issues. And that's very important because there's a lot of issues out there that we need to talk about and discuss. The next page, it talks about membership, and that is in the law, how many terms you serve, membership qualification. And I want to highlight that membership qualification. It's no special skills are required to be a SEAT member. However, each member must agree to the following. And the first thing you see there is what? Put the children first. Put the children first. A qualified SEAT member should believe that every student deserves equitable, quality education and should have a true commitment to the successful future of all children in the district, not just our children. And anybody who know me, I say all children. I do not just say special education children, because all of them are all of our children, and we're all responsible for them. It's not a personal or political agenda. That's not what we're about. We are a helping committee to help parents understand, once again, why we do what we do, why we use the curriculums we use. What does the data shows? We do have growth in our subgroups in that department, and I can go on a tangent with that, but that's something else. I don't think Dr. Sanders want to be here till next year with me with growth. We're showing growth with our students, and that's exciting. Individual schools are doing excellent. Some schools we need to work a little harder, and I'll admit that. But once we started to see the data trend up, it has become exciting, and teachers are really working hard. And I want to say, yes, we highlighted 2 teachers tonight, and we highlighted 2 teachers last meeting. Guys, all teachers in this district work hard each and every day. We come to school, we don't know what our kids are coming to, what problems they had before they left. And I'm just not talking about my kids, I'm talking about all kids. So we have to love them where they are, and we have to meet them where we are. And a good teacher will always meet a kid where they are and work through those problems and issues with them. And as a teacher of many, many years, that was my goal. I always had the big boys. I taught elementary, middle, and high school. Special education. I was not originally a special education teacher, but My principal let me substitute in the class one day for an hour, and I said, I have to go and find where my love is. And my love was special education, and I went back to school in special education. Provide leadership on the next page. Appreciate diversity. That's what a lot of people have problems with now. We have to appreciate the diversity, the different ways to treat each other. The difference, because we have a lot going on in other places that we don't need to worry about. What we need to worry about is how our kids come to us and how they feel. We have to make them feel like they are special in every way. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, you are loved and special. And not only my kids, once again, every kid that walks through a building in St. Mary Parish. We have to follow applicable policies. We have policies and laws that legislate us that this is what we have to follow. And I tell people all the time, my job is very easy. I work for the federal government. The federal laws tells me I have to do this. So when they come at me, I just pull out the law and say, okay, if you're going to change this, which Congress will not reauthorize special education, that's another story. And until they do, then the laws are going to change. But until then, I'm going to follow whatever federal laws that I have been bound by for 39 years. I'm going to continue to follow them. So I have an easy job. Okay? Demonstrate integrity. You have to have integrity in whatever you do. You have to really love what you do. And a lot of people who know me, I love all of my kids, and I'm very passionate. And please don't tell me that my kids are bad. I don't like that word, and anybody in this room will tell you, I will check you in a minute. They're just a little active. That's the word I use all the time. And they are. We're active as adults sometimes, aren't we? Sometimes don't we go off the rail? So you gotta let our kids have that time and space as well. Just like Miss Jennifer said in her classroom, they don't come there with a smile every day, but some things are very difficult. You have difficult days, but you work through those days because guess what? I'm going to tell you just how I feel today. When I'm upset or down and out, as a director, I don't get to go in the classroom as much, but I do go in the classrooms. And if I'm having a down day, I pick me a school and go in the classroom and sit on the floor. Because guess what? Those kids will make you smile and forget about whatever you was worried about. And when I walk out that classroom, I'm just as happy as I could be. Because guess what? That kid took whatever was going on in my mind away. And that's how I have been doing this for 39 years. Because the love of what you do will make you continue to do it. Engage in community outreach. I try to attend every walk they have for autism. We used to have a beautiful ceremony on the Bayou side, and last July and April we did not have it. So I need to reach out to those persons who were involved in it because they did present at one of our seat meetings last year to see where are we with that for our children and parents to come out to make them aware of what's going on. And I think, Allison, I'm going to work with you and we can get something together to make sure that parents know what's going on. The selection process, you can see that attendance is mandatory. I know sometimes, like today, some did call and said they had other obligations, family ill, sick, and you can tell the weather coming off a holiday, and you can about imagine. So, sometimes we just have to work through that situation. It goes through the process of resigning and replacing a member. And of course, our meetings. We do set our meetings dates, but sometimes we have to change those meeting dates because of some issues that may come about. Communications, discussions, and information sharing. We have agendas in the minutes. As you know, today we could not approve some of the minutes because we do not have a quorum. Ethical considerations. You know, we have to respect each other when we're here at these meetings and discussing things. We can't go off the rail because Ms. McClarty said something that you did not like. So we have to respect each other at these meetings. Participation. And you see that members are expected to be present, listen carefully during the meetings, actively participate in discussions, and request clarification when needed. Our ground rules for discussion. The chairperson will call the meeting to order just as she did this afternoon and guide the discussion and adjourn the meeting. If you're going to the school board meeting, this meeting is the same process as a school board meeting. The dates and the times of the meeting will be determined by the director, me, or my designee, or the superintendent. Stakeholders' input. Members of the community, including parents of students with disabilities enrolled in St. Mary Parish School District, are encouraged to communicate with the SEEP members to share information and topics of general interest for the SEEP consideration. That's how we build our agenda. We want parents to come to us with topics that they would like to discuss and understand, okay? So just keep that in mind. And confidentiality is the key. Whatever goes on in here and we discuss is confidential. We all know about the HIPAA laws and all those things. And if you were chosen as a member, you were chosen because we respect you and know that you respect confidentiality. The decision-making, the SEEP membership serves in an advisory capacity. SEEP is not a decision-making body and has no voting authority. That's only the board. The school board, the St. Mary Parish School Board. Accordingly, advice, suggestions, and other information considered by SEEP members will be shared by the Director of Special Education or his or her designee in its annual report. Decisions regarding special education programs and services will be made by school district officials consistent with IDEA and other applicable requirements. And remember, I told you guys earlier in my conversation that my job is easy for me because I have federal laws that's regarding what I do and how I do it. That's what IDEA is. And staff participation. A staff person may be assigned to type agendas, just like Ms. Elodie back there, and record the minutes of the SEEP committee and arrange for meeting space or other meeting accommodations as needed. Staff assistants may be secured for the SEEP meetings at the direction of the Director of Special Education or his or her designee. These are our rules and regulations regarding this advisory committee. They have been approved by Hammonds and Seals. One thing that's not there that you have not seen, and that's the new seclusion and restraint policy that went into effect December 1st today. We are waiting for our board, St. Mary Parish School Board, to approve that policy. Then I will make it a part of this handbook. And I think that they are going to meet this afternoon after this meeting. And then the board, Okay, you tell me to shut up. Okay, then the board will approve it on next Thursday at their annual board meeting. But I just want to take this time to go through this with you to understand that we need to get parents here. We need to get parents involved in their children's education, not just send them to us, hand them off to us in the morning, and then we hand them back in the afternoon. We want to make them a part of what we're doing. And I always, when I go in the classroom, and Missy can tell you that, and I do walk through the schools a lot, we have to have that home school communication. And I think for the past couple of years, that has been lost. We have to find it and bring it back so that we can stop some of the other things that's surrounding of what our schools are. We have a wonderful school district here. We are ahead of the game. You might not think that, but we are ahead of the game in many, many, many parishes. I work with a lot of directors across the state. And when I tell them how we're flourishing here, they say, oh, we don't do that. My superintendent. So guess what? We have what our children need. We just have to make sure that we communicate this with our parents to let them know to work alongside of us. It's not just us. It's a team effort for student success. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for listening to me because I could sit here for another 2 or 3 days and talk to you about what I like about special education because that's what I do and I love it. But I'm not talk anymore because the interim superintendent has told me to be quiet and I'm going to follow directions. In other words, she did, but that's okay too. I know how to follow directions. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do, all of you do.
Thank you, Ms. McClarity. Is this gonna be on the, this is gonna be posted on the website so
It will be
parents can see
posted
it?
on the website. Once I get my approval from the board, I will post it on the website. In the next meeting, I will have it bound in a nice little book for you. Okay? Thanks again, guys. I appreciate you. Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. McClarity. And again, it will be posted once she finalizes everything. They'll post it on our website so everyone can see. All right, do we have any comments from any attendees or committee members? Any questions or comments? Oh,
So I'm an attendee at today's, this committee meeting. Andrew Mancuso, District 10 Board Member. Just want to apologize for my tardiness to your meeting. I meant to make it on time. I apologize for that. Number two, thank you, all of you serving for this committee. I know those kind of commitments are, everybody's time constrained these days. So stepping forward and serving on these committees is important and vital to success of our district. As Ms. McClarity said, we have a policy review committee meeting here in a few minutes. One of the policies up for review is the education of students with exceptionalities, policy IDDF. I'll give you a little bit of a preview. It does include, as Ms. McClarity pointed out, the seclusion and restraint changes in law. I think it was Act 479
Yes.
that got passed. So we're going to go ahead and discuss those. The policy committee makes recommendations. No voting, really. We just make recommendations to the full board. But we will be taking that up here shortly. Encourage and invite all of you here to stay for that meeting. A little bit of a preview. The proposed changes are straight from the law, but it's kind of where we really dive into that policy so we don't make our regular board meetings last forever. But again, thank you all for being here, for serving on this important committee, and please hang around if you have time for our next couple committees as well. Thank you.
You.
all right. Thank you, Mr. Mancuso. All right, at this time, we have another, Ms. Rack.
Oh, I don't need to get up. I just want to thank y'all. I don't need to go after him. Thank y'all on behalf of our teachers. I think they were still excited. I don't want to speak for you, Ms. Ross. But I know for Ms. Washington, I was excited for her to be recognized. So thank the committee. Thank you, Ms. Stansberry, for the recommendation and all the work that y'all do. I'm tired after working all day. So for y'all to be here these hours after, thank you for everything that y'all are doing for our students.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. McClarity, recognize that Ms. Gwenzy Brent is also here. She's also another school board member. She represents District 1. So she is also in attendance. Any other comments? Anybody want to say anything? No? All right. So I thank everyone for coming tonight, and I will. I need a motion to adjourn. Okay, I need a second to adjourn. Okay, now I adjourn this meeting of the Special Education Advisory Committee. I'm getting